Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, providing installation, maintenance, and repair of heating and air conditioning systems for home and businesses throughout the Inland Empire. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, 5-star comfort for 4 generations. SanbornsAC.com. And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.
I'm food critic Alan Borgen, member of the Southern California Restaurant Writers. I've been finding the best restaurants in the Inland Empire and Southern California for over 27 years. This is my job. This is my passion. Let's dine out. Hi, I'm food critic Alan Borgen.
And I'm Tricia Jansen.
Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out show, where we're going to show you some of our favorite and best restaurants in the Inland Empire and in Southern California.
On today's show, we're off to Upland for some casual gourmet dining at Seventh Heaven Cafe. Then we'll travel a few miles away to Montclair to partake in some delicious, authentic Chinese food at Szechuan Garden.
Located on the northeast corner of Mountain Avenue and Foothill in Upland is a most deliciously unique restaurant called Seventh Heaven Cafe. As you enter this small, hip restaurant, you are greeted by a large wood-burning pizza oven, while the dining room is decked out with casual modern tables and chairs, along with a small outdoor seating area. Mostly everything is made on the premises using original recipes and high-quality ingredients. Under the direction of owner chef Marva Morrow and chef Stacy Amagrande, you can be assured that after eating here, you will indeed be in culinary heaven. Okay, we're here in Upland, and what's neat about this restaurant, it's been open about a little bit under a year.
Yeah.
But Marva is not only an incredible chef and restaurateur, but she lived in Italy. She's an artist. All these paintings you see around here, the decorations are all hers. And the recipes really reflect that, because she's very artsy, but she knows what she's doing, and a lot of passion and love.
Delicious food.
Let's start with the Southeast Asian tacos. It was $7. It's a little bit less without the shrimp, but we added the shrimp to it. This is 2 butter lettuce cups filled with shredded red cabbage, bell peppers, peanuts, an incredible homemade spicy peanut sauce. And I love this dish. It was refreshing, it was cold, and it was just like the perfect dish to start my palate running with joy.
I agree. I love the peanut sauce. It's homemade here, and it had just that really great culinary journey where it was sweet and nutty, and then that kind of kick of heat at the end. Really good. The only critique I would say is they used a butter lettuce, which I absolutely love butter lettuce, but I think the iceberg is crisper and it holds up. It does. It holds up a little bit better. Well, that's my critique.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
But I thought the flavors were spot on. I absolutely love this. I would definitely order this.
Okay.
Yep.
And now the next dish?
Pepperonata. This was slow roasted sweet peppers and onions and raisins over a mushroom risotto cake. Then they make a house sausage with spinach, feta cheese, and chicken thigh meat. Now, I think I've talked before, I'm not a sausage person, I'm a bacon girl. This was delicious. First of all, the roasted peppers were so sweet, and the onions and the raisins. Then she makes out of the risotto, she makes like a crab cake, I want to say, that kind of texture with a great crust on it. And that chicken sausage, I was shocked that I loved it. It was delicious. I would definitely get this.
Next, the California orange salad, $12. Now this is, I think we added chicken to it, so it's usually 10, so it's a couple dollars extra, but you definitely got to get chicken on this. This is fresh greens with spinach, fresh orange slices, homemade candy almonds, feta cheese, red onions, homemade honey orange dressing, and lots of chunks of chicken on top. The chicken, first of all, I don't know where they do this, how they do their chicken, but moist,
Delicious.
delicious, tasty. The whole salad, I felt like I was eating something fresh and
I agree.
healthy, and their dressing, it's a delicious orange flavored dressing.
Yeah.
Tangy, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, fresh is the first word that comes to mind, and I love that the feta and the nut, the sweet nut in there. I mean, it was really well balanced. I think maybe avocado would be good.
No, avocado? Nah.
Yeah, no, because it's kind of a California. It reminds me, it's a very Californian type salad. So I think avocado would be a great addition to that salad for me.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Next, we had the roasted turkey with a roasted garlic and cranberry spread. Now, this was a focaccia-style sandwich. It was really good. It was $10. This had their house herb roasted, locally sourced turkey breast. And again, the way they do their meat here, it was smoky. The meat alone was so delicious, juicy. Now, I think this personally needed some sort of like some warm feta cheese would be great. I know you can order it with cheese. But I think the saltiness of a feta, like a soft warm feta, would really work well with this. The cranberry garlic was delicious. And I think the feta, the saltiness and the creaminess of the feta would kind of complement that sweet cranberry sauce. So that to me, it's almost like a pink, remember the pink cloud? Did you ever have a pink cloud sandwich?
I never heard of it.
Oh, it's turkey with cream cheese.
Okay.
Anyway, sort of like a very sophisticated pink cloud.
Okay. Well, I agree, the tanginess would work. But the dressing was amazing. I would like to see more of the spread.
Yeah, I think extra. Order a little extra.
It's a roasted garlic cranberry sauce. It just needed more, or put some on the side where people can add their own.
Exactly.
Next was the roast organic pork loin and caramelized onion panini, $11. Spectacular.
Oh my gosh.
That's the best way to describe this. This is slices, nice thick slices of roasted organic pork loin with caramelized onions on an incredible, it's almost like a ciabatta roll.
Yeah.
With sweet, spicy crema. Cheese, grilled on it was on a panini press.
It was
I'm lost
so
of
good.
words because my mouth is already
Salivating.
You get everything: the sweetness, the tanginess, the bread, the crunch on the bread.
The crunch on the bread was amazing. I think we both are kind of like things a little well done. Like maybe
Or
someone
like
say
crunch.
like a little bit of a crust on it, like a sear on the bread. This was so good. Like seriously, I mean, it was your thing to review, and I was already eating it all. It was so good. The caramelized onions were so sweet, and the char on that bread.
Spectacular.
It was amazing.
It was great.
It was so good. Next, we have the autumn pie pizza. This was so in my flavor profile realm. This is roasted caramelized butternut squash with manchego cheese, natural bacon, mozzarella, and then they hit it at the end with some balsamic. This was amazing. This was salty, smoky, sweet from that roasted butternut squash, and the balsamic added a little sweet too at the end.
The dough, it's a little thicker. Wood-fired pizzas, usually it's real thin crust.
Right.
This was just a little bit thicker than thin crust pizza, but it was excellent. I mean, it really held up to it. And it reminded me of a ciabatta roll. The bread was, I mean, the dough was very different.
Yeah, it had
and it wasn't bad at all.
More bread-like quality than pizza dough. But the toppings, I mean, this just hit every flavor. If you like bacon, if you like salty, sweet, you must order this. This is so good.
It was amazing.
$15.95 for that. I would pay way more than that for that. It was so good.
Don't tell her that. She'll charge more. So.
$15.95.
Another pizza we tried, it's kind of a special here. Smoked salmon bagel lovers pizza, $15.95. Now I'm Jewish and I know bagels and I know lox, and this is amazing. This is a nice pizza crust, and what it had was sliced red onions, and had blotches, kind of like thrown on blotches of cream cheese with capers. Then it's baked in their wood oven. Then it had smoked salmon, thin smoked Nova Scotia salmon, and then fresh tomatoes, sliced tomatoes on there, which are actually beautiful tomatoes, and some extra virgin olive oil sprinkled on top, drizzled on top. And what a pizza. It had all the flavors of a bagel and cream cheese and lox sandwich, and I thought it was, I mean, it hit right on. The only suggestion I had, I don't have too many, but I would like the cream cheese to be spread out evenly, so either spread on or add more.
I agree.
Because there are some spots where you just have
it's hard to get it all
items,
in one bite. Yeah, I thought the flavors worked really well. I actually love the tomato at the end. I wasn't sure that I was going to, but it added that element of freshness. And I agree. The cream cheese, if it was smeared on first, and then maybe some extra, we were saying blobs. That doesn't sound very appealing, but
well, it was, I mean,
mounds of Cream cheese of love.
Okay, that was real good.
Yeah.
Then there's desserts, and they really know their desserts here.
Yeah, for sure. The first dessert is a semifreddo, and by the way, that's Italian for a custard-like dessert, usually half frozen with whipped cream and an ice cream mix. One was a cinnamon and banana, and the way they plated it was so beautiful with whipped cream and a drizzle of chocolate. Delicious. That runs, I think, about $4.50. Then we try a roasted cantaloupe chai semifreddo, and it had a Greek yogurt on top and a candied ginger. It was so unique, the tanginess of that Greek yogurt and then the ginger. You know, I tasted it and I was like, that's good, and then that kind of ginger hit.
Builds on you and builds
It
on
really,
you.
it was really different. And one of my favorites, a lemon bar. Perfect.
Oh, it was spectacular. As was the biscotti. They make homemade biscottis,
Yes.
and oh boy, the one with the orange cranberry was my favorite. But they also had like a double chocolate chip. It was almost like a fudged biscotti. And,
Yeah.
oh,
Everything was just very good.
So, like I said, this restaurant is very unique and very satisfying. And you know, for being in Upland, it's kind of this is the kind of restaurant you find in Santa Barbara or San Diego. It's a
Definitely.
very quaint little restaurant. And I also talk about the staff. The staff here are wonderful.
Amazing.
They're professional. They're friendly. They look and act the part of what the owner has perceived this restaurant to be, and everything just comes together. And they also have a coffee bar here, so you get all your favorite coffees.
Absolutely.
And it's just a great little restaurant. So.
It reminds me of a place you could, they have comfy benches with pillows. You can come and hang out, have a little coffee or a dessert, even if
Or
you're
a
not
lot of
having,
food.
yeah, or a lot of food. I mean, it could go either way.
Right. So,
Delicious.
what are some of your favorites?
I really like that pepperonata. I really didn't think I was going to like it because I'm a bacon girl and I didn't think I'd like the sausage, but I love the contrast with the crisp risotto cake and that chicken sausage. Then next, I have to say the autumn pizza pie. That was just perfect in my opinion. And it's between two, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You can have both.
Really?
I'll have you
You're
both.
going to let me have 4?
I'll let you have both.
Folks, he's letting me have 4. Okay, I loved the shrimp, the Southeast shrimp Asian tacos. Crispy, fresh, so healthy. I feel skinnier eating them. I'm not, but I feel skinnier. And I have to say that roasted organic pork loin and caramelized onion panini. It's a long name.
Well, mine was basically all 4 of those, but
He's
I'll give
such
you
a copycat.
my real favorites were the pepperonata. That's the one.
Pepperonata.
Whatever. That was great. I also really liked the organic pork and caramelized onion. That was
Yeah.
very special.
It really
that
was.
crunch to it is what did it for me.
For sure.
And the smoked salmon bagel lovers pizza and all the desserts and there's biscotti. I mean, there's not really a dog here. I mean, everything
No.
we had here was
Delicious.
really good. Some things just extra,
Just a little
more
tweaking.
extra sauces and
Yeah.
just little stuff.
And that's
but,
that's just a personal
right.
taste thing.
But you know, this is the kind of restaurant that they'll do. If you want feta cheese or whatever,
course.
ask for it. They'll put it on for you.
Of course they will.
That's what makes this restaurant so special. So you got to come here. It's really a treat. So, where are we going next?
I don't know. I'm so full. Can't even think about it.
Well, next we're going to Montclair, which is like the next city down, a couple of miles away, maybe.
I'll jog behind the car.
And we're going to Szechuan Garden for some incredible, very different Chinese cuisine. Tucked away in the corner of a shopping center on Central Avenue, across from John's Incredible Pizza in Montclair, lies one of the newest and best Chinese restaurants in our area, Sesan Garden. The dim-lit dining room is tastefully decorated, creating a serene ambiance, while the small private dining room is perfect for that special party or event. Specializing in dishes from the Szechuan and Mandarin regions of China, the main menu features traditional as well as originals Chinese dishes, while a special Chinese menu offers a truly authentic culinary experience. Under the guidance of owner chef Sam Wong and partner Stephen Ren, Szechuan Garden is quickly becoming one of the Inland Empire's premier Chinese restaurants. We're here in Montclair, Szechuan Garden. I love Chinese food. When I first discovered this restaurant, it had some tweaks that had to work out. It's been open about 7 months, so it's a new restaurant, and they're very accommodating. And I've been here probably 5-6 times, and every time I come here, it's like a culinary adventure. I mean, I try so many different foods here, and normally I don't like to do a restaurant when it's that new, but
Right.
this one really
This one's
warranted
special.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it warrants it.
Well, without further ado, let's get right to the food. First dish we had was Szechuan wontons, $5, 25 cents.
Amazing price. 12 beautiful, luscious wontons, chicken, ginger, special Chinese oil. These were delicious. They had a kick at the end, and I think you discovered that
It's
it was
Szechuan peppercorns, which gives it a very unique flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not overpowering, but it does numb your tongue.
just a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not- I
Paralyze
mean-
it just for a few minutes.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not
No.
a bad numbing, but
No.
it's just part of the. Again, these
It's
are
not hot. It's not a hot.
No.
No, it's a great. They had a great flavor, very rich. But the kick at the end added that special something that you don't ordinarily get. I love these.
And these were tremendous, and that sauce was a beautiful velvety sauce.
very good.
Lots of flavor, tangy, a little sweet.
Absolutely. Served over fresh spinach, which I think the balance of that fresh spinach with the spicy sauce was perfect. I love these.
It was very good.
Very good.
Next, seafood hot and sour soup, $8.35. This is a large one. This is, again, hot and sour soup, but this had vinegar, white pepper, tofu, eggs, black fungus strips, shrimp, scallops, whitefish, cornstarch to thicken it, and chopped green onions.
Basically everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah, now I really like hot and sour soup. And what made this nice is it had a very unique seafood flavor.
Definitely.
Some of the fish really went into this fish. I don't know if they used fish stock or what, but it had a different, unique flavor to it. And again, it had a nice seafood, and it was just a very unique and different
It was
hot
very
and sour
hearty.
soup. I've never seen this in any menu.
I agree. Just delicious.
Good stuff.
So next up is tangerine shrimp and scallops, $16.35. These were so beautifully breaded. Very light, more of like a tempura batter. What would you say?
No, it was cornstarch, but it was just light. It
Just
wasn't
very
real heavy.
light, but the flavor was so unique. You get a lot of orange flavors in a lot of Chinese restaurants.
They use a tangerine peel.
Right, but this is tangerine, which
Right.
makes it a little bit more different. I really love the contrast between the sweet sauce and the green onion. I thought it really worked well.
Yeah, and the chilies weren't really hot, so it
No.
was actually a mild dish, even though there's chilies in
Yeah,
it.
for wimps like me.
Yeah. And the scallops were nice. It had a nice, kind of a seafoody flavor to it. You know, scallops are that smooth flavor that is very hard to describe. A little sweetness to it.
Yeah, they're
And-
sweet, but not fishy.
No, no,
You
no.
know, it had a very, very mild, delicious flavor, and I thought this really worked well.
Very good. Then came one of my favorite dishes: sweet wasabi crispy shrimp, $16.95. Oh my! This consisted of 18 large, plump, succulent shrimp that were dusted with cornstarch, deep fried, walked with a wasabi aioli, roasted dry wasabi peas on top of shrimp chips. What was so nice about this was the shrimp. First of all, the batter was a lot different than the first one we had,
It
the
definitely
tangerine
was.
one. This was a substantial,
Crispy.
deep, crispy
Yes.
flavor, which I love.
I did too.
You bite into it, the succulent, sweet shrimp.
So
now,
good.
wasabi, to a lot of people, it could be overwhelming. This wasn't pure wasabi. This had just a tint
Creamy.
of the wasabi flavor.
Very
Well,
creamy.
mayonnaise with it.
Yeah.
And it had a little sweetness to it. And then the wasabi peas gave it that crunch, instant crunch with the wasabi flavor to it. And I really, really liked the presentation with the shrimp chips. You don't see it very often. I make these at home a lot.
Yeah.
You didn't like them. I thought this
Well,
is sensational.
I love the flavors. I just wasn't wild about the pink chip. I think I would omit the pink chip.
What's wrong with pink?
It
It's
just-
part of shrimp chips.
It was a little cotton candy color. It's good for Easter.
Oh, this is good anytime. I don't care. Every day of the year. I'll tell you, folks, this is a stunning textural and taste treat. You're going to love it. Speaking of loving it, the next one. Oh,
my gosh.
tea smoked duck, $12.45, which is a steal. So I would jump at this before the owner realizes this should be about $25 worth.
Yes.
This is like 3 stages to make this. It takes 2 days.
Yeah.
One day is to marinate it. That's the first day. It's marinated with Szechuan peppercorns, green onions, ginger, and salt. The second day it's rinsed. Then it's blow dried. Then it's smoked for about 10-15 minutes. Then it's steamed with Chinese black tea, black sugar, dry rice. A gorgeous presentation.
Oh,
a
beautiful.
sprinkling of shredded green onion over it. This is as close as I've seen to Peking duck. Peking duck's more crispier, a little less fatty than this, but the flavors, it's all about flavors. If you like smoked ham, this tastes just like it. And
Yeah.
with duck, I mean, it's just a perfect presentation and a beautiful dish.
I think this dish was so unique. And the labor of love that goes into this, I mean, when he was describing the days of effort for this dish, and when he brought the dish out, you're like, okay, I get it. This dish is special.
Very, very
I mean,
good.
come for this dish alone. It's worth the drive.
It was probably the best duck I've ever had at any Chinese restaurant. It was that good.
It was amazing.
Now, the first 6 dishes were off the regular traditional menu. The next 3 dishes are off their special Chinese menu, and this is the kind of food that you'll see in the streets of China. Very, very authentic.
The next dish was wonderful. Szechuan Garden special fried rice, $12.95. This was amazing. Egg, shrimp, chicken, Chinese sausage. I didn't even know they had Chinese sausage.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. Squid, bean sprouts, special made peanuts. We have to talk about the special made peanuts. I'll get back to that. Green onions, dried chili, and imitation crab. This was by far the best fried rice I've ever had. I mean, I don't know that you can really mess fried rice up, but the flavors in this rice were amazing. I have to talk about the peanuts. The chef makes these peanuts that are, I don't even know, what is he, it's like chili and I mean.
It's boiled first, so it's boiled peanuts first, then it's drained, then it's deep fried, and then there's sugar and all kinds of spices.
Ancient Chinese secret.
But let me tell you, these are as crunchy as peanuts you'll ever see.
Come in for the peanuts alone. They are so good. And he adds them to this fried rice, which gives it another level of flavor. It just, all I can say is it's very unique. It's not your traditional fried rice. It has those flavors that you love and crave, but it has that extra special something that you really, really love.
Next came a real traditional dish. Shredded tripe in red chili oil, $8.95. Be nice. I didn't interrupt you, princess. Okay, this is sliced beef tripe that's put in water and boiled, so it's clean, dumped out. Then more water is added, a whole new bunch of water, and it's cooked with peppercorns, so Szechuan peppercorns, basil, ginger, onion, Chinese cooking wine, white pepper, soy sauce, and sugar. And it's almost like braised. It really absorbs into the tripe. It's served cold on a plate with green onions, cilantro, chili oil, soy sauce. Now, what made this nice was it has no funky flavor. You know, tripe can do that. Mexican tripe sometimes does.
Right.
This had absolutely no funky flavorness. Now, the consistency almost is like abalone. It's not gelatinous, but it's a little chewy, but not rubbery, real bad.
No, not bad. I mean, you kind of forced me to have it. You're like, you have to try it, and I did.
Forced you. I chased you around the restaurant.
Yes, and you took a picture so I could prove that I did taste it. I have to say the flavors were good. I will say that. Hard to get my mind away from what I'm actually eating. So that aside, the flavors were great. I thought the sauce was really good, and the cilantro was very fresh. I don't know that I'm a fan of the texture of tripe.
Okay, but you tried it.
I did try it, and I like the flavors in it. But yeah, not a fan of the tripe.
Then we had shredded pork with glass noodles, $11.95. This is a very traditional dish, a very special dish. This is clear yam noodles with pickled Chinese vegetables, shredded pork, fresh ginger, garlic, Chinese cabbage, onion, hand-cut bamboo shoots, stir-fried with soy, cooking wine, let's see, white pepper, Szechuan peppercorns, and just a slight numbing flavor of the peppercorns made it a little different, but a very nice dish, very different than traditional noodles.
I agree. I think, honestly, the pickled vegetables are what made this dish different than any other glass noodle that I've ever tasted. I like pickled things, so to me, that flavor just gave it a new level.
And it wasn't overpowering. It was very delicate.
No, these were great. I mean, again, everything we tried was delicious. Even the tripe that freaked me out, the flavor was still good. So if you're not freaked out by textural things, then you'll like it. I mean, the flavors were good. Everything was so unique. You can't go wrong.
Now, it's very, again, different restaurants. So.
Absolutely.
Let's start with some of my favorites. First one was the Szechuan wontons, $5.25. An incredible deal. 12 of them for $5.25 is a steal.
It really is.
I also love the sweet wasabi shrimp, crispy shrimp, $16.95. Not because I pretty much told them how to do it, but I love the flavors.
Yeah,
I like wasabi, and it wasn't overpowering, and it's just a really nice dish and colorful. Tea smoked duck was probably the best of the evening. You can't get any better than this tea smoked duck. Even if you hate duck, you'll love this. Those are my favorite. What were yours?
Oh, the tripe was my favorite. I loved it. It was so
you're funny,
good.
funny, haha.
We have the same ones, basically. I love the Szechuan wontons. Again, such a deal for $5.25. I mean, crazy. And they were very generous with the filling. A lot of times you get them and they're just not a lot of flavor. Yeah, chintzy. These were just very flavorful. I definitely agree with this sweet wasabi crispy Allen shrimp. And I have to say the Szechuan Garden special fried rice. The flavors in that and the peanuts. I don't know. I love I kept going in for more. It was just delicious.
Very good. Well, Tricia, Szechuan Garden, right here in Montclair. I'm glad I took you here.
Yeah, it was worth the drive. I think no matter where you live, this is worth coming out for. It's unique. You just don't find this kind of Chinese food in every neighborhood.
No, definitely not. So, well, now that we've eaten here, guess what? It's your turn. Until next time, food critic Alan Borgen.
And I'm Tricia Jansen.
Happy eating, everybody. Okay, Tricia.
Oh, gosh.
I love
No.
it. Actually, this is for you.
No.
No, you got to try it again. In
I
fact,
did
you got to
try
prove it
it.
to people.
No,
you got to
it's
prove
on
it.
Facebook,
No, you
people.
got to prove it to people.
No.
Let's dine out.
Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, providing installation, maintenance, and repair of heating and air conditioning systems for home and businesses throughout the Inland Empire. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, 5-star comfort for 4 generations. Sanborn'sAC.com. And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.